Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being here. If you're new to listening, I'm Ryan McPartlin, best known as Captain Awesome from the TV series Chuck.
Way to go, Chuck. That's awesome.
After 25 years in the TV business, one thing still hasn't changed. When I hear a story that inspires me, I still find myself saying, that's awesome. And those two simple words didn't just define the character of Captain Awesome, they really define who I am. See, I'm always searching for the awesome in life. So on this podcast, I'm sitting down with people who make me say exactly that. From actors and athletes to entrepreneurs and everyday heroes, all with stories, lessons, and insights that just might make your life a little more awesome too. So please like the episode, share it with your family and friends, because life is so much better when you share something with others and they say, that's awesome. This is it. Okay, guys, I am so excited to have a friend of mine on this episode that is so special to me. She and I worked together on a small film called Clusterfunk Christmas. She's a very accomplished actress, and she's now starring on Animal Control on Fox. So, Vella Lovell, welcome.
Wow, thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah, we were just talking a little bit before. I go, this is too good. We got to get.
We had a really good, like,
this.
7 minutes that's no one will ever hear.
No one will ever hear but us. But that's okay.
We'll fine.
Recap it. And then that's the thing. I was like, wait, we got to save this, but we can't ever recreate.
No, we can't. It'll probably go downhill from here. So.
Well, congratulations on Animal Control. You're starring with a lot of people that I've enjoyed working with or being around. I feel like I've worked with some of them, but just being around Joel McHale and Tom Lennon and everybody else on your show is what a treat, huh?
Yeah, truly. We were just talking about Thomas Lennon and your episode with him, which was so good. Yeah, he's such a gem. He gets to come to play, and Joel. So do you know Joel too?
I know Joel just because we were on NBC at the same time when Chuck and Community was. And so we run into each other all the time. And he was a tight end in college. I was a tight end in college.
I don't know what that means, Ryan.
Well, these are football terms, okay? I'm not
Sounds
saying
like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's great for you guys. I'm happy for you both.
They didn't have tight ends at Juilliard?
In a different sense.
In dance belts. Right?
Yes, exactly. In the dance studio. No, Joel is the best. He's so great. It took me a second to get used to a sense of humor, but now I get it. Now I get it.
I got to tell you, it's funny you say that because I did a quick episode of Community. And so we did work together, but it wasn't like we weren't in the scene together.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Chuck. And they were like, hey, would Ryan want to pop over and do this like little cameo where I'm on a TV screen in the background of like a tutorial thing, like a instructional video of how to shoot baskets or something like that. And they would love to just plug in somewhat recognizable actors.
Right. Keep it in the family.
Moments like that.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because I came in and I guess Joel didn't know that I was going to be there. And we're in the makeup room.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in, he's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I'm doing that little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And he goes, oh, okay. And I was like, is that okay? Is that all right that I'm here? And then who was on Community with them? And he was
Ken?
No. It was
Donald.
This is a terrible story when you can't remember this.
Right. Yeah.
Because no, he was a Chicago actor. He's on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
My dirty secret is I've never seen Community.
You've never seen Community?
No, and I tell Joel this all the time because I have a weird thing where I get weird. Like if I had seen something already of yours before I met you, it'd be fine. But if I meet you and then I start watching your stuff, I get weird.
You could be a fan. You could become a fan.
I turn into a fan, and it's like it makes me weird. It's all just weird. So it's like I hadn't seen Community naturally. So I can't watch it until maybe like in 10 years when we're done. And it's just like not a thing. Like I could see a new thing of Joel's come out and be like, that's my friend. But like it's weird to go back. And like almost like it's not like I'm stalking people, but it feels like I'm like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So now I joke
get
with them
that.
all
I
the
think
time.
you said
I'm like,
that. I don't think you watched Chuck before.
no, and I was like, no, I can't.
You're like, yeah. You're like, no, I can't
No, but
go
I
back.
think I knew, like I had seen an episode or I had seen like clips or something because I was like, it was in my brain somehow. But now, yeah, no, I can't go back and like binge Chuck. I'm sorry, Ryan, because it'll be weird then, and I won't be a human with you. I'll be like, hey, Ryan, love your work.
I looked up some of your clips of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I know what you're talking about. Like
you do.
You were so good. And I was like, oh, we got to work together and she's really good. That means I might be good.
I was just fishing for a compliment, so thank you. But no, it's like, it's literally, yeah, it's like that. You like get in your head and you feel like it's someone on TV as opposed to just like your friend that you like to work with and that you know. But I know other people who are the opposite. They're like, they meet someone and then they're like, I'm going to watch everything you've done. But so sometimes Joel just tells me a whole episode that happened on Community. He's like, and then this happened, and then this happened. I'm like, great. It sounds really funny.
It was funny. We had parallel lives at that time because they weren't like a hit out of, you know, where every year was on the bubble. Chuck was on the bubble every year. But then we'd see each other at the NBC parties. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking of Jeff Garlin. So it was Jeff Garlin who's like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I was in the makeup.
He's on Community?
He came and went a little bit. He would pop in and out. And Joel goes, hey, Jeff, do you know Ryan? You guys are both from Chicago. And Jeff goes, yeah, we went to the same school and had the same teacher. And I just was like,
we did?
We did? He goes, yeah, you know, Mr. Schmidt, right? I go, oh. I go, Jeff, I think you're thinking of someone else, buddy. Oh. And he goes, you just killed the bit. And it was just dead silent. And I sat there like, I don't improv. You and I talked about this.
Yeah, no, don't improv.
We weren't improv actors.
Nope.
And I didn't know that everything's a bit all the time.
Oh, it's too much when everything's a bit. You're like, the pressure's too high. I thought we were just talking.
And I was gonna be like, yeah, and I should have been like, yeah, and she got busted sleeping with that student, right? And then just kept rolling with it and just going like, yes, and because that's improv, right? That's what I should have done.
Oh, that's what you should have. That's not what you did.
No,
you've replayed this.
I think about the bit afterwards, what I should have said.
Oh, Ryan, you're like, now I know what my next line was.
Yes,
in the bit.
I do that every day when I'm on set. You know what I could have said?
Oh my God,
It'll never live on camera.
Yeah, the next day you're like, can I come back? Because I actually have a great response to that now.
Can we get the whole cast and crew back? Because this will be way funnier. That's my life.
Yeah.
That's my life. Whenever I do comedy. Because I was trained in improv.
I know,
but
same.
I sit and hear it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I should have said.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
There's the yes and the
no,
should have.
No, but.
No, but.
No, but I should have done that.
No, but I should have.
No, but I should have. Oh God, I have that with like in real life with conversations too. I like go home and I'm like, no, but I should have really.
Yeah, I should have told her. I know what I'm going to say to her next time this conversation.
Or no, but I shouldn't have. I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh yeah.
So look, but if you think about it, like life is improv. Like we don't have a script right now, and we're somehow talking.
I know. That's the beauty of a podcast too. Mm-hmm. I love, as you know, I love chatting all the time.
Loves to chat. Loves to chat. Yeah.
Yeah. When we're on Cluster Funk, I just had the best time with you.
Well, and you were such a good sport because, like, Ryan, you were like in the movie, you came in and out.
Oh, yeah.
But you were such a good sport about being like because remember we had that glorious boat day where we went on the river and like you were like, you know what? I have a day off. I'm gonna get the sandwiches. I'm gonna rent the boat. I'm gonna drive the boat. And we were all like had worked till like 2 a.m. the night before. And you were like, I'm the ringer. I'm the guy who comes. Yeah.
I'm the guy.
You were like, I had a day off, so I'm good.
Yeah, so I just did Cut Color Murder, which was actually supposed to be a comedy and it turned into like a Hallmark mystery up in Vancouver. So I had the lay of the land.
Yes,
and it
you
was
knew
the same.
Vancouver. Right,
So I
exactly.
knew Vancouver really well for like what to do on the days off.
Yeah.
And you guys had a hard schedule going. And,
Yeah.
usually that's my schedule in these Christmas movies.
Right.
But now it was like I was the villain of sorts,
Yeah.
the guy that you don't want her to end
What
up
was
with.
your Chancing 10?
Chancing 10, Winterthorpe the 5th.
The fifth. I was like the third. The
fifth.
That was so good. The V.
I mean, I always revisit the babe, I'm here to save you from this backwoods boondocks.
Oh yeah.
That whole that monologue and
the fruitcake cornhole. I need to rewatch. I didn't rewatch this year, but I feel like I could do a rewatch.
Fruitcake cornhole with Percy, and I mean Cheyenne Jackson was incredible. Rachel Dratch, Gasteyer.
What a time!
Have you worked with Rachel and Anna since?
So actually, Rachel came and did an episode of Animal Control, but I didn't. Right. I wasn't in a scene with her, which was such a tragedy. Yeah. But we like got dinner when she was.
Are you in Vancouver? You're doing it in Vancouver.
Yeah. So now it's so funny. Now I know that was my first time working in Vancouver, and now I would be the boat girl. Yeah. Now I know Vancouver way too well. I mean, I love Vancouver. It's great, but that was such a crazy introduction because we shot it. It was like the first thing I had done in COVID. I had done something else, but it was in COVID, and it was because we were traveling to Canada. We had to quarantine for 2 weeks, which was great. We couldn't leave. We were in this hotel.
I forgot, and I had.
You forgot? I didn't.
No, but I remember now because my buddy Michael Trucco was 2 patios over, so we shout to each other.
Remember we met, we Zoomed or something before we even met because we were like, I guess let's meet each other.
Our lines and do.
Yeah. And it was just we were trapped in this room. We couldn't leave the room. We couldn't even go outside. We had a little balcony that had an air conditioner on it, like a clanky air AC. And that was it. And it was 2 weeks. I actually started to go a little crazy. On day 11, I started talking to myself and I was like, oh no, we've crossed over.
I thought the days started going fast.
Oh, really?
It was weird because I started a routine for myself.
Yes. No. So you have you seen the movie Room or read the book Room? Yeah. It was I was I'm in Room. This is Room. That was your whole world.
When it was going to be over, I was by myself for so long. I was wait, I had all this stuff I wanted to accomplish
in Room.
In Room.
Yeah. And then I remember leaving.
I had hours and hours.
Yeah. Do you remember leaving for the first time? It was I had been reintroduced to society, and I had never been to Vancouver because they took us we had to quarantine at the airport hotel for 1 or 2 days. And then we went to Room in the hotel. Yeah. And then they let us out after 2 weeks. And I was literally shocked. I was scared. I was feral, scared by people on the street.
I ran back to the room. I was I
miss
can't be
Room
out this long. I miss Room.
Yeah, so weird.
That's exactly how I felt.
Really
and then
weird.
I was talking to Tom Lennon at that time too, because he had just been in Vancouver for a project, and he was staying. I was staying in the room he stayed in, and he was like, "Oh, I quarantined there." He goes, "Look directly across, three levels up and to the right, and you're going to see a couple that puts on a performance every night."
It was actually the same exact room as
the same exact room.
Oh, well, that's great. He knew where the entertainment was.
Yeah, he's look, and I go, oh, I see what you're talking about.
Wow.
There's some silhouettes that are really aggressive right now.
Honestly, jealous because I didn't. Mine faced a different direction, so I didn't have any entertainment.
You gotta know who to call.
You got
to know who to call.
Well, that's so crazy thinking about that. But then we had a great time after the 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, then we were out in boats. We were we had a heat wave.
That heat wave. Yes.
Everyone was trying to get into the hotel then because they don't have air conditioning very much.
Yeah, and I remember all of the oysters and clams were washed ashore, and they all baked. It was baked clams on the beach, and everyone was
right.
Yeah, everyone was, and I mean, you've done a number of Christmas movies, so you're the expert on this. But they shoot Christmas movies in the summer. So, and it was a literal heat wave, and we're wearing like sweaters, jackets. You were in that puffer, that giant furry hat, like
fur hat.
Oh my gosh, you are like bundled up, sweat.
Yeah.
Like when the next time you watch a Christmas movie, just remember like the actors are boiling actually.
Yeah.
Because they want to shoot in the summer. So I guess there's enough time to edit and everything and get it out by Christmas. But that was such a, like, I just remember everyone losing their minds because it was so hot.
And I run hot. Like I always am a fan.
Same.
Oh, and yeah, I remember you and I were just like,
I was like,
by the fan.
Wouldn't we have like
just,
ice packs and stuff like in our coats? It was a situation. And there was this one day where Anna, Rachel, and I were shooting in like a little cottage or a house, and it didn't have, a lot of the places in Vancouver don't have AC because they've convinced themselves it doesn't get hot, which is just a weird Canadian thing. They're like, we don't need it. And I'm like, you do though. Me, Anna, and Rachel were bundled up in this house that was so clammy and hot. You have to close the windows, and there's just there was no ventilation, and we were like dripping, and it was almost like I was delirious or something.
I have a clip of them with their wigs on the hottest day.
Yes.
Oh my God. And they were literally just in their undergarments in the makeup trailer, just like dancing and going,
oh my God,
we need air conditioning. And they had to send everybody home. It was too hot to work. It was too hot to work.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
So we had a heat day. It was like a snow day, but it was
a heat day.
A heat day
in a Christmas movie. I'm so I don't know if you feel this way, but I'm so grateful to have done that Christmas movie because it's like it gets to kind of come back to life every year. It's like people forget about it from January to November, and then every year it's like you get another 3 weeks of reliving it.
Well, there've been like what they didn't want to call it a parody. They wanted to call it a
our movie.
The celebration. They wanted to so that it didn't feel like it was
making
fun. Yeah,
because it's like we were, but we also are. It is just a Christmas movie. Also, it's like it was doing both. It's not just making fun of. It's like it's also hitting all the beats.
Yeah. They had the through line. It really, Danielle was so good because she had produced Christmas movies in the past.
Yeah. We had like an expert, the Hallmark Christmas movie expert. So she was making sure we were actually hitting all the beats while also making fun, celebrating.
Well, celebrating.
While we're celebrating the Hallmark genre. So, and we had our whole crew pretty much did Christmas Hallmark movies, right? Yeah.
They pretty much do everything in Vancouver now.
Yes.
But I'll tell you, when I came in, I was like, I'm going to be the villain. I'm going to try and make the audience root for me.
Which is such a villain thing to say.
Yeah. Instead of wanting Cheyenne to win you over, I was like, they're going to be pulling for Ryan.
Oh my God.
And his Folgers mug.
Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite bits is when...
Yeah,
because we were doing just blatant product placement. It's
like you're trying to talk to me seriously,
and you turn the cup so that the Folgers logo is visible to the camera. Sorry, keep going. I'm just gonna reposition.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's such a little bit, but it really gets me. Like, I don't know. I didn't rewatch this past Christmas, but I rewatched the one before, and there's just so many little bits that are so stupid, and I just feel like we were laughing so much on that. Like, it was so stupid, and that like stupid to me is like the highest compliment that something could be.
The best. It was so much fun. They were like, this has to be so cathartic for you. I was like, I started in comedy for much longer. On Passion soap opera, that was even comedic.
Right. You started in soap operas, though, right?
Yeah. It wasn't. It was very much a parody of a soap opera. It was not.
Right.
We had a doll that came to life, witchcraft. My first day on set, that they were like, and by the way, I came out to LA going, hey, I'm going to be the next Braveheart, I'm going to do like really serious stuff.
Yeah.
So I turned down that soap at first. And then a year and a half later, when I was in tremendous debt,
you're like, sounds pretty good, actually.
They're like, hey, do you want to come back again? I was like, yes, please. I will be there. And I show up on set and they're like, okay, this is what's happening. The house is sinking into hell and you're the head of the rescue squad.
What?
And you got to try, and gargoyles are going to be like coming. We're just going to put the gargoyles in post. And so you got to dodge gargoyles and then say, we got to save the Bennett house. It's like my family house. I was like, what did I just get into?
Wait,
So,
what was the show? Passions.
It was called Passions.
I remember the name, but I've clearly never seen an episode.
If it was on today, I think more people would be into it because
sounds incredible.
It was, and I think a lot now that weed is legal everywhere.
Definitely.
I think people would love it for that.
People would love it. And
they would just have like Mystery Science Theater to Passions, and that.
Wait, that's insane. How long did it run for?
9 years. 9 years.
Wow.
I mean, I did 3 of them. And then I was like, okay, I got my comedy chops there. And that felt like a parody. Then I did sitcom with Fran Drescher and then Chuck. And so then the Hallmark stuff came later and the Lifetime Christmas movies came later. So to be able to go back to it was awesome.
I mean, in a way, it's like you kind of have the perfect resume for like
totally
because you've done parody, you've done soap opera, you've done actual sitcom network comedy, and then you actually did
an action movie, and now
that's Braveheart, and altogether those are Braveheart.
And now they could just AI me
for sure.
and that I'm sure they already have, and that's it.
I know that I'm like they already have. Like there's enough material.
Yeah, there's enough material. Just please give me some of the residuals.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Just send them our way.
But honestly, because my audience, the That's Awesome podcast audience, may not know your background.
Yeah.
What got you started? I know you grew up in Santa Fe.
Yes. I always loved like performing and acting and stuff, but I was going to be my mom. I grew up with like a single mom, just me and her, and she had decided I was going to be a concert pianist, like a classical piano player.
Of course.
I think she asked me when I was 4, when I started playing, like, she's like, if we start lessons, you can't quit. Like, this is what you have to do. And I was like, okay, I'm 4, and then it was like, all of a sudden I'm like, is this what I'm doing with my whole life? And I was like proficient and pretty good, but I was like, as I was getting older, kind of wondering, am I just doing this? Is this just my whole life? Oh, sorry. My coffee maker's about to make a lot of noise.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you told the audience that it's the coffee maker. That's all right.
Yeah. Do you hear it? It's like, okay. It's a whole
We're not on set. That's the weird thing. We're always thinking we're on set. Like, oh my God.
Like the plane is ruining everything. Anyway, so I kind of, ended up going to this arts boarding school for music to like continue my music education. And I really realized that I was like not happy playing piano. It was just, I don't know.
Were you able to play other stuff than?
No, that was the thing. And sometimes I wonder if I had studied jazz piano or kind of more fun music that allowed me to be social and talk to people, that maybe I would be playing, maybe it would have been fulfilling enough, because classical piano is super solo and it's just hours of you in a room by yourself. I don't know if you've seen that movie Shine with Jeffrey Rush. It's about him playing this Rachmaninoff concerto, and he goes crazy. And I just always am like, that's what not to generalize, but I just think a lot of pianists, it's very isolating. It's very like hours by yourself working on. It's just the instrument is just you. Whereas like if you're in an orchestra, or you're in a band, or you're in something else, it's kind of a communal thing. But so I kind of just got, I don't know, like very sad playing piano all day.
You are not somebody who should be isolated.
No, that's the thing. I don't know if I think I have elements of being an introvert. So I don't know if I'm like an extroverted introvert or an introverted extrovert, but I need people for sure. Like I need to recharge, and then I need people.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one I am.
That's a good point. So I have elements of being an introvert too.
Do you?
I would say, but I feed off the energy of others. Like,
so that means you're gonna like. Do you feel like you get recharged by people?
Yes.
So you're an extrovert. So you're maybe an introverted extrovert.
I like being alone when I need to focus and just recharge my battery. But time can just fly when I'm with people.
When you're with people,
I like being part of a team.
Yeah.
I don't like being a writer. I've written stuff, and it's hard. So tell me,
Right.
being around
Well, I
people,
think
does
it's
it drain you a little bit?
no, a little, yes, but I love it. I like feed off of it, and I'm like, I'm like the last girl at the party always. Like I am off mostly.
John Garrett must love that.
Oh, he's the opposite. My husband is literally like an hour and a half in waiting for me outside. And I'm like, cool, I'll be there. And it's like lights go up. It's like the party's over. And I'm like, oh, I guess the party's over. And my husband's like, can we please go? But then I'm exhausted. It's like I come home and I'm like, I have to just like really recharge. And I love a night in. Like I need to like get my energy back.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm the same way.
So I don't know what we are. Well, if anyone out there knows.
Yeah, no labels. We're no labels.
No labels, yeah. But it's a health, because I know some people who are like, I have to be around people, and I love to recharge, but I also, I guess I just realized that like the life of a solo musician was just like not.
No,
it was not it.
I got a question though. When you would play, and would you get into some sort of like flow state where it could go into hours of playing, and then you're like, wow, time just flew?
I mean,
and I don't even know what I did here, or was it just work and like labor?
In a way, but like I think to be that committed of a musician, that actually has to happen for hours. And like the longest I would go, I would maybe get into that zone, and I still I actually have to get a new keyboard, but I still, when I play piano, that focus is so nice. And like if you can really focus on a piece for like an hour, it's kind of this great brain reset and kind of washes stuff out. But I could never do it for more than probably an hour, like that flow state you're talking about. Like, and there were these musicians who would wake up at 5 a.m., practice till breakfast at 8, practice at lunch, practice at dinner. Like they would do 8 hours was normal. And I was like, 8 hours. Like I was like 2, I could do 2 maybe. And it was just like, which I really firmly believe, like the thing that you are meant to do is the thing you could just truly do all day and like barely notice, and just kind of be like, oh, did 10 hours just pass? I don't know. Like that was a great day for me. So, I think it just became clear that I wasn't, there's the coffee machine. Really wants to be on the pod.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyways, but
would you like to plug the coffee machine now? Is that what this is happening? Is that where this is
oh
going?
God, should I get?
Go ahead. What kind of coffee machine are we dealing with here?
We're dealing with a Mila. It makes individual like lattes and cappuccinos. Product placement. Turn me. The downside is it's very noisy, and it when it decides to turn off, it's like beep 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 boo boo do 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 do, and it's like 2 minutes, and you're like, I hear you. Anyways, so I guess I kind of realized it was a slow realization. So I went when I was like 15. I went to boarding school at 15. Did this program for 2 years, and then it's kind of a really intense conservatory program where people go to Juilliard and Curtis and all these like really intense music schools. And I was just, it's like this path that you're on. It's just like, and now you audition for the music schools. And I was doing it, and I was like, it was almost like this part of me was like, you got to switch this up. Like you got to switch this up. So I like secretly auditioned for like theater schools while I was doing, these music auditions, just to be like, let's see if this can work. And then I got into NYU, and I was like, I have to take, like, this is it. This is like my chance to jump off this ship. Yeah. So then I ended up like switching gears at that point. And I always think, because it was kind of, I don't know, it was this thing where I was like really trying to make my mom happy, and we didn't have money growing up, so she had put all anything extra she had into like me studying piano. So I felt like, oh, I'm supposed to do this for her, and like I'm just like supposed to be this person, because I'm like such a people pleaser, and it's like this will make her happy, and then she won't have wasted her time. And all these people were like, you're a good piano player, and I was like, I'm just like disappointing everyone by like starting acting, like what am I doing?
Do you think that the piano unlocked the acting bug in you and the creative side of you? And
that's interesting.
Right.
Well, I always think about, because I didn't study comedy, like similar to you, I arrived wanting to be in Braveheart. No, I just was like, I love like theater and I wanted to do, you know, drama. I wasn't like a comedy person. I've never been to like UCB or anything, but sometimes I think studying music for so long made me attuned to comedy because I kind of like hear the rhythms of it. And I also just like to like make people laugh. It's a people pleasing thing, I think.
Yeah.
I like to just be like, dude, are we all laughing?
Yeah.
But I think maybe sometimes the piano thing just like made me
It's a
attune.
rhythm.
It's a rhythm.
It's a rhythm, and I had a teacher that would always say that, especially comedy, is all about the rhythm, and it's music. She's like,
It's music, and
it's
sometimes I can't even describe it. It's like obviously it's threes but sometimes it's like a pause, or sometimes it's like you got to run like I was doing a tape yesterday.
This setup and the payoff.
Yeah, the setup. Like sometimes you're like, this just has to run together really fast, and then I have to slow down. You know, and it's like
the pacing, the tone, all of it. Right?
Yeah, like you know, it's so funny. Sometimes you're hearing a piece of music and you laugh, and you're like, why did I laugh? And it's like it's just timing. It's just like sometimes it's funny timing, you know. Because that's just what makes us laugh it's like comedy is like unexpected. I think I read like Steve Martin said like comedy is just a surprise.
100%.
Yeah. That's laughing. It's just like, I didn't know that was coming.
Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't know that. And I didn't study comedy.
Yeah.
But I did study Ted Danson on Cheers. And I know you worked with him on Mr. Mayor.
What a dream.
And that's what I think that inherently that was my classic piano teaching moment.
Yes, that was
watching
Beethoven.
Hearing he was my Beethoven. Exactly.
Ted Danson was my Beethoven. Yeah.
And honestly, I think that there was a symphony going on in Cheers that I don't know if it happens as much in multicam sitcoms anymore, where the multicam, you know, in your single cam, you have movement. Multicam, it's usually hit your mark and bark, right? It's just the writers just want to hear their jokes. They don't want movement to get in the way.
And it's like still, right? It's like the camera's like, here we are.
Where Ted Danson was throwing the beer down to Norm. He was walking, he was catching the beer. Carla was walking by. I mean, I studied that, and I finally, I finally got to work. I didn't get to work with Ted Danson, but I got to work with.
Was it Jimmy? It wasn't Jimmy Burrows.
Yeah, Jimmy Burrows.
Oh, Jimmy Burrows.
Yeah. I've made Jimmy Burrows laugh, and I felt like, okay.
Honestly, that's
all
like,
I needed.
Yeah, sometimes that's the takeaway.
It was behind a COVID mask.
You're like, I'm pretty sure he was laughing. You're like, I saw his eyes kind of, his eyebrows wiggle. Yeah,
was that or he's coughing, or he's coughing from COVID?
He was coughing. He had COVID. Ryan's like, dear diary,
I was like,
I made Jimmy slap today, and it's like, cut to, he did not.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no. Sometimes that's all we get out of a job is we're like, okay, like that did nothing, but I think I made that person laugh, and that's my takeaway.
I have so many stories like that. I don't keep a diary, and I hope I never lose my memory, because
you got to write it down.
This podcast is going to be my diary.
You know, it is. It kind of is a diary. Yeah, it actually is in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back to NYU then. Did you graduate NYU before you went to Juilliard?
Yes. So I did NYU.
You did all theater. So you put all your eggs in the performing basket.
I did. Yeah. I just like never. Yeah, I guess I did. I guess
you
there
were
was
singing,
just
you were dancing, you were doing all the stuff.
I think I don't know. It's just like there's no life. I'm like, what is my life without the performing arts? It's my water, and I'm like, I don't see water anywhere else. Yeah. Like I remember graduating from NYU, and obviously like as we all do, having like that. It's so hard to just decide one day, like, I'm an actor and I'm ready to work, and the world is like, that's cute, like, we don't care. And so you kind of but I remember having to make this decision of, you know what, I'm an actor, I'm an artist, and I might not make my money from this right away, but if you decide like that's what you are, actually no one can take that away from you. Like, you might be being a nanny and being a waiter and being, I mean, I've had 9 million jobs, but that was a very freeing decision, is like, yeah, I put all my eggs in this basket. I'm not expecting to like make money from it. But if you decide that you're this thing, like actually who's going to tell you you're not, you know?
Yeah. That's a great point. I remember early on when I was waiting tables,
Yeah.
before I was an actor, before I was a working actor,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm an actor. I would say
You wouldn't?
I'm
What would you say?
I would say I said I'm an aspiring actor.
That's no, you can't say that. I really firmly believe that's, and I think I probably had that period too. And it's like that you're like undermining your own life, like by saying that. It's like, what are you saying? I'm an aspiring actor. Like you're literally like, you're saying in that, like, I haven't actually fully committed.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it was just an insecurity because I was around.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I was around some successful execs and people and like friends who had assistants with like Brian Grazer. And Brian Grazer, they brought me to a party, and my friend Anna Culp, who super successful executive still to this day, and she was his assistant. And I remember she wanted to introduce me to him. Not that I think he'd be like, "Oh, there's our next Brad Pitt," you know.
There's our Braveheart.
There's our Braveheart.
But maybe, yeah.
But just meeting him and being around those people was cool. But he goes, "Oh, let me guess, you're an actor." And I was like, I go, no, I'm a waiter. I go,
no.
No, I'm sorry, no. Don't think of casting me. Don't get it in your head that you can cast me for anything.
No. Waiter. Let me stop you.
If there's a role for a waiter in one of your movies, then maybe we can talk.
Think of me if you're having a party and you need a waiter, but don't think of me for anything. My God.
How terrible is that? Because I was
like, I get it though. It's like, it's your inner self being like, I don't trust, who am I? Because in a way it's like, you're like, who am I to say I'm this thing when I'm like, I don't feel it. I'm like, who am I to do that? But it is this, I don't know. I feel like we have to have like,
by the way, I still have a hard time saying it.
Really?
After 25 years of doing this, acting, producing, and doing everything I've done, I still have a hard time saying I'm an actor. There's a part of me that feels like, and I think that this is the imposter syndrome that we all get.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. But I think there's your cat just appreciates my insecurities as an actor.
She's I think same.
Same. I got you.
Come here.
No, it's that imposter syndrome of going, I didn't do Juilliard. I didn't go through, I did the American Academy Dramatic Arts for a summer.
Oh, there you go.
But the 3-year program, I was like, listen, I'm 23 years old. I'm already old for this business. In my mind,
my God. Isn't that so sad when you think of the times that you like called yourself old and then you're like, I was 24.
And then coming off of Passions, I wanted to do USC Film School. I'm like, I'm 27. If I don't hit it now, like there's no way. They wouldn't let you work and do film school at USC.
Right. I had that same thing because I went to Juilliard. Now I say late, but now I'm like, I was so young. I went when I was 25 and I had the same thought. It was like, I was like, I'm a grandma. Like, totally. I was like, I'm going to get out and be 29. Like, that's ancient, And in some ways it is. And in some ways but mostly it's literally not. And I also think you're just like never too late to work on your own craft. Like, what are we saying?
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. It's the imposter syndrome is so real. I have it every single day, but it's like, I think I also started doing this thing when I graduated from grad school where I was like, do not say your insecurities out loud. Like you can think them, but don't say them out loud.
Oh,
because
good.
I realized that when you say them out loud, you're like you saying like, I'm an aspiring actor. It's like someone wasn't considering you an aspiring actor. And then all of a sudden you've put that narrative out there and they're like, oh, they're an aspiring actor. And they start treating you as if the story is true, but you're the one who shared the story,
Yeah.
And I realized I would say that. I I would often share my insecurities and the kind of spiral that I would go on. And then it's like, and then it was almost coming true because of that. So I've started being like, just keep that to yourself. You can still go on it,
Yeah.
but
That's a
don't like
good
put it
point.
out loud and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, even though I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm bad. This is so why I should be fired. Like all the things that I feel
It's
all
all
the
the
time.
negative self-talk. You're
Yes.
like, get rid of the negative self-talk.
Out loud.
Out loud.
Because I mean, what are you going to, I don't know how to stop that actually.
No, I think you can. I think you can turn it into saying the opposite out loud. And then you'll hear it,
Yeah.
you know, according
It's
to
something
whatever
I
else.
also think is just about putting it out there and then people picking it up, because it's like you are saying this, that you're introducing this concept into the room. And then they're like, oh, I didn't think you were insecure before, but now I maybe do, you know? Whereas if you never say it out loud, you haven't like
don't say on your own podcast that you had insecurities.
No, except for podcasts. Except for podcasts. Then it's like more. Tell me more.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because then when it comes down to it, and this is what I miss about being in the room with other actors, because I feel like self-taping.
I hate it. I literally hate it.
I hate it because there's something about community. There's something about coming together and seeing who else is going out for it. And actually getting, for me at this phase of my career, getting to reconnect with old actors that I haven't been around before.
No, I feel like
I haven't been around in years. So
I miss it too. I feel like they took this element that was like such a communal, like social, human to human thing and just completely erased it. And I've been on one in-person audition since 2019.
Yeah,
that's
me too.
it.
I think one or two, and that's about it. And I even Hungary, the pilot I booked, I was like, "What do you mean? That was the worst audition I ever sent. That self-tape? No, like that was terrible." I rewatched it. I was like, I didn't even hit all the beats. You know, like what was going on there?
Yeah,
because I was just so over sending it in. Then the ones you go, oh man, I really nailed that.
Nope, never.
Yeah, because it's a whole. You don't even know who's watching or who's not these days, and it's just at the end of the day, I like being in the room because all that negative self-talk out the window. I was like, I'm a performer in the room.
You are, because it's like there's another person, it's off of yourself. Like you're not thinking about yourself as much, and because it's not your job to watch yourself and edit yourself and make sure the lighting's good, whatever. You're just like giving what you have and then you're leaving. And then you're seeing all these people in the waiting room and you're all just in it together. And it just felt like an actual human experience. And now.
Does your Juilliard training, I know that we all have our own training and there's no one way to come to this profession.
Yeah.
But do you think that you rely on certain things that you learned in school, or is it more of the exercise of performing itself and working things out? That now that it's like a reflexive muscle for you.
Yeah, I think it was more that, of course, there's a couple tools maybe that I back to, but I firmly believe like grad school is a really helpful way to get your reps in, but I don't think you have to go to grad school or acting school to be an incredible actor, obviously. It's just a place, it's like a gym to get like so many reps in. And I found that when I, after I'd graduated from first college, I call it, NYU, I was, you're out in the world and the stakes become higher because all of a sudden you're doing a rep by doing an audition, but the stakes are higher. You're like wanting to get a job. And really you just need to like do a million scenes and a million plays and just get those exercises in until you feel comfortable just being vulnerable in front of people and doing this scene. And not that you know what you're doing, you're just like, I've done this so many times that I'm comfortable with how gross this feels or how unprepared I always feel or like whatever. Whereas like if you haven't done an audition for a year and then you do that one, it feels so precious. You're so scared. You're like the stakes are so high. If you're doing an audition quote unquote every day, you don't care. Like,
Yeah.
you don't care what the 200th one is. It's just about quantity, I think. And it's not that you're not going to feel bad. It's just that you're more used to the bad feelings. So I think more for me, it was about the exercises and the reps and getting for 4 years to just like work on so many different plays and scenes. And I would say the one thing that I really learned was I just sometimes wouldn't do the physical work before. Like I wouldn't read scripts all the time, or I wouldn't read something a million times and like really try to like just milk material. And now I do that. Just because it puts that element at bay of like, did I do enough work? If you walk in the room and you say, I know I did enough work, I can check that off the list. Like, I know I read the script 3 times. I know my lines. I know who this character is. You're going to feel all the crazy things and the imposter syndrome and the nerves and everything. But I've found that then I don't have to wonder, did I do enough work? And that's helpful for me. So
you never want to feel like you left anything on the table.
Yeah. And I actually remember some, I think it was actually Danielle Brooks, who's a Juilliard alum. She had left by the time I got there, but a lot of alums would like come back and speak to us. And I remember her saying, she was like, just don't like leave anything up to them that you don't want dissected. Like if you don't want them to say like, that, what were they wearing? Like pay attention to your clothes. If you don't want them to be like, they don't know their lines, just know your just take the things you have control over. If you don't want them to say, oh, they didn't show up on time, like just take those little things you have control over into your own control. And then you're not worried about like, did I look okay? Did I prepare enough? Did I know the script? Like those things, just like take those off your list because there's enough things you can't control kind of.
Totally. Yeah, because control what you can, and then was I too tall? Was I too short? Like all that stuff is like,
well,
like
probably.
when you can't control that, you got to let that go. And then because there's so many times, like when I first moved out to LA, I couldn't do a lot of the Aaron Spelling shows because I was too tall.
Really?
And,
Wait, there's a height requirement?
No, I mean it was the actors, the leading men were so short that I would have been dwarfing them. And
I honestly, as a tall girl, I feel your pain. It's like,
I loved working with you, but then it opened up the door on Passions because it was a tall cast. Chuck was a tall cast.
How funny.
So I was right for that because of my height. And then leaving with Fran, it added to the comedy because Ben Feldman was shorter than I was. He's not short by any means, but he's shorter than I was. So, when
how funny.
Yeah, when I first opened the door and I'm living in his mom's house and we're the same age, and he looks up at me and it's like, what are you doing here? Like he got kicked out of college. That was the whole premise of living with Fran. He gets kicked out of college and comes home and his mom is dating
has a new boyfriend,
young boyfriend. Yeah. So it was like Ben would look up at me and be like, what the
well, right. Like, so in some aspects, your height is a liability, and in other ones, it's like that is the whole. There's a joke in there that like you could never have.
That's right.
Couldn't had any control over. It's like
how much of that is in animal control where you feel like they're
too tall.
They're writing for you now versus like where it started and where it's at now.
Oh my God. I mean, now they are definitely, we just finished our 4th season and they are absolutely writing for us now. And I think a lot of people don't realize that is like the beginnings of shows are not written for the actors that are cast in them. It's like this kind of could be anyone. And then, it's like, that's why it's like always give the first season of a show a chance because they haven't, it's not actually the stew hasn't fully gelled. And when it does right away, I think it's so impressive. But now they're writing for us. And I just feel like we've gotten better every season because like it's weirder and it's like, it's quirkier and stuff. And it is absolutely kind of just us that they're writing for, which is so nice.
I see it from the beginning to now. And by the way, everybody, it's on Netflix now.
It is on Netflix, which is huge. It's so exciting. And I think the 3rd season is about to be on Netflix this week. So people can actually like fully catch up and binge. Because I feel like people just didn't, there's so much TV right now.
There's so much TV. And you guys could get that Breaking Bad effect where the live audience will come back. bigger from the Netflix effect.
Exactly. We're just like Breaking Bad, except with animals. It's pretty much the same though. Like if you like Breaking Bad, I think you'll like Animal Control. Yeah, but no, I think it's like I think it'll be really nice to just give people a chance to discover our show. It's like such an easy workplace sitcom, but also we're finally kind of at that point where we just know the characters and we know each other, and feels I feel very lucky to like have gotten to this point in the show.
Oh man, I'm so happy for you guys. It's like such a fun show. And tell me this, if you were to choose what you could do, alongside of that,
Oh
like
my God.
movie, theater, Broadway, what's on your mind?
Well, that's the hard thing with this like entertainment industry business is we just like don't choose. We like, I love when people ask like, okay, so what, like, what's next? What do you do? And I'm like,
What's happening?
wish that I could choose I didn't choose any of this. Like, it really is like this river that you're on and you're just like, it's completely out of your control unless you make your own work. I mean, if I could choose, I love theater and I haven't done a play since before the pandemic. And just because I think I don't know, it's like I got in kind of the network sitcom pattern. And now I'm like so lucky I've done like 10 seasons of network comedy, which is crazy. But I kind of have let that, I've lapsed on my theater background, which is like my like that's why I got into this, is like I love being in a room with people and I love like discovering things. And there's no money in theater, but everyone's like just spending hours being like, what does this one line mean? And like I love that. And so that would be my dream. If anything was up to me. Which it's not. But I'm also always terrified I'm never going to work again. Like I'm kind of convinced that I'm not working again.
That's
Every
the
time.
actor thing. Yeah, that's the actor
thing. And
thing.
it's like it's really terrifying. And like Ryan, I remember like I just am so. I have such admiration for you because I remember in Claustrophobic you were like, I have a family. I bought my family a house. Like, and I was just like, that's the fucking dream. Oh, sorry. Can we curse on this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. But I was just like, that's like, it's so rare to just like be able to support yourself as an artist. And it's such an accomplishment. And I think we don't like look around enough and be like anyone else would be like, well, yeah, like I have a job and I've bought my family a house and it's not that big of a deal, but it's like, it's such as an artist, like it's such an accomplishment. It's like, oh
honestly,
my God.
Like, for me, what I learned about myself in a Tony Robbins seminar that I went to 10 years ago, which is so funny because Captain Awesome was such a Tony Robbins fan. But when I played him, I didn't know anything about it. I finally went to a seminar years later.
Okay. What'd you learn?
And I was like, I learned that, so there's these 6 needs we have, and I won't bore you with all of them, but there's certainty and then uncertainty.
Yes.
And like you need the certainty of that gravity is going to exist, or that a bridge is going to stay a bridge as you drive across it, right? So there's certain feelings of like you have to have that certainty, but you also have uncertainty that makes your life interesting. Like why we go to movies, because we don't know what's going to happen. Right? It's a roller coaster ride, or else life becomes very boring if you eat the same thing every day, if you have some uncertainty in life. But I realized that my job has so much uncertain that I live in the same house that it was my starter home that I bought. And I was like, no, I'm just going to pay this off and that's it.
That's amazing.
And get to that. And then it's a small little 3-bedroom house by Hollywood standards, not a big deal. And then, I drive the same car for the longest time.
That's how you do it though. That's how you do it.
I have the same wife for 23 going on 24 years.
I think that's the secret to life is same house, same car, same wife.
Same wife.
Because it's like, it's true. It's like, we don't know what we're doing next week. We've like chosen this life of like complete uncertainty. And it's because on some level, like I wouldn't want it any other way. Like kind of what you're saying, you're like, oh, so you just put all your eggs in a basket. I'm like, I did. And that's crazy. Like hearing it out loud, like that's insane that I would do that. But it's because I couldn't bear thinking about doing the same thing every day. And I know some people are like, I need to do the same thing every day or else I'm too freaked out. And for me, I'm like, I can actually ride that wave of not knowing what's next. Professionally, it's terrifying, but it's like, I can do it.
It's intoxicating too. It's exciting.
It's because it's such a ride. It's like when it's good, it's so good. And when it's bad, you're like, what am I doing? But I really think being able to keep a stable life underneath that is really impressive when you're riding that wave. So I've always admired that about you.
Thank you. Well, you're keeping your Christmas tree up through January. So
hell yeah. January 13th, still up, baby. It's definitely like at the point where it's like crusting off. And it's like, if I brush past it, it's like, and it just kind of like folds. But it's still Christmas here.
I had a grandmother who kept it up till like Easter.
March.
Yeah. Easter.
Yeah, no, it'll probably by next week it won't be there.
I love it though. I love seeing it in the background. I'm such a Christmas nut. I really am. As a matter of fact, maybe we should do a sincere Christmas movie together.
Would love. I would love. I'm all in on the Christmas genre.
Well, I think we're just gonna. Is there anything more you want to leave our audience with?
I don't really know. I think I like where we ended up, which is just like there's just so much uncertainty in this artistic life. So that's it.
So kids,
make your choices.
I will say this: make your choices wisely. I will say this. So I've done a lot of things, bartending, selling life insurance. But
I feel like I would buy life insurance from you.
Oh, 100%.
I'd be like, I am going to die. I do need it.
As a college kid, I'd call everybody and be like, hey, I know you don't know me, but let's talk about the day you die. Or would you like to also open up all of your finances to me? Like every cent that you own.
And no, I don't know you, but have you ever thought about death? You ever thought about the day you die?
The day you die. And what time is good for you next Tuesday? And like, people don't want to fucking do my podcast, let alone talk to me about dying. But you're right. And the point I was going to make is that, of all the things I've done, any job I've had, they're all roles. Even waiting tables is a role. You had to learn your script. Mm-hmm. You had to upsell. You had a goal. You had a ticking clock.
Yeah.
Time.
So real. Yeah. So real. It never leaves you.
As I'm entering into this next phase of my career, I really wish that I didn't stop playing some of those roles because we label ourselves, right? I label myself as a daytime actor, then a primetime actor. Like, if you feel like you're an actor and you're doing it, might also be a life insurance salesman. So be a concert pianist.
Yeah. No, I think it's so true. And like, actually kind of going back to like the limiting self-talk, we talk ourselves out of being the thing often.
Tony Robbins calls that limiting beliefs. Okay.
Am I Tony Robbins? I feel like we're like on similar pages. I never realized, but maybe I need to.
Brought to you by Vella Lovell.
He's on to something. Yeah. I'm like, he's good. It's like it's in this life you need like a dose of confidence and delusion. And it's like you don't want to tip too far into either one of them, but you need a little bit of both.
You're right. Who cares if they don't like
you?
Who cares if you bomb? Who cares if you forget the lines?
Yeah.
Who cares? Only you. Yeah. Because these limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs in our heads. So you brought it out of me, Bella. I love it.
I feel like I'm at a seminar.
Yeah. We just shedded the year of the snake and we're into the year of the horse now, if you haven't heard.
The fire horse.
The fire horse, I didn't know what that is.
Just know it's different elements. So right now it's like there could be, a wooden horse or a water horse or whatever, but I just know it's the fire horse.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Well,
look it up.
This is going to be impossible for me to edit because we were talking so much over each other, which I love because we have good chemistry on Zoom. I'm going to let you go because this is the first of many times that we're going to do this. We would talk over each other the whole time and they would never get a word in.
Definitely call me if you need someone to talk at the same time as you. I'm your girl for sure.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. for
Thank you, Ryan.
joining
You're the
me.
best.
You are awesome. And tell John Garrett that I say hello, give him my best.
Aw,
And
thanks.
if you need help getting the Christmas tree down anytime soon, I'm your man.
Yeah, I might. I might. Thanks, Ryan.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again for listening, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to share with any family and friends that you want to be more awesome. Also, if you want to reach out to me, DM me at Ryan McPartlin on Instagram.